In today's report, we bring you the latest developments in what many are calling the final phase of the sting. The global stage is no longer theory, it's operation. And President Donald J. Trump is at the helm of it all, commanding one of the most complex and widespread military operations in modern history. Let's break it down. According to trusted sources and insiders like John Solomon, the American public, particularly those calling for accountability, should prepare for major developments within the next 10 days. The Department of Justice and FBI are reportedly neck-deep in high-level investigations that date all the way back to 2016. This is the storm we were promised. On July 11th, Task Force Phoenix, operating from the secure Cheyenne Mountain facility, now quietly referred to as Trump's Vault, officially activated the final phase of the global sting operation. The mission: dismantle the deep state power structure, seize stolen wealth, and pave the way for worldwide implementation of GESARA. Over 3,200 arrests have already been confirmed this week alone. The takedown spans corporate, governmental, and underground criminal entities. Among those apprehended, BlackRock executives, leaders at Pfizer, IMF officials, Vatican operatives, British agents, and child trafficking facilitators linked to intelligence networks. Simultaneously, major financial vaults across the globe are being secured. We're talking gold, diamonds, blackmail files, and sensitive digital archives, not for private coffers, but for the benefit of humanity. Through the Quantum Financial System, or QFS, over $300 trillion in recovered gold is reportedly being rerouted for global redistribution. And then there's Switzerland. The Bank for International Settlements in Basel and Zurich's elite finance sector have reportedly fallen to joint U.S. and allied forces. These weren't just banks. They were hubs of hidden wealth, underground rituals, and data centers meant to enslave the world digitally. Sources claim even Nazi gold and disturbing evidence of ritual abuse were uncovered in underground chambers. Meanwhile, eyes turn south, to Antarctica. Yes, Antarctica. Once thought to be a peaceful scientific outpost, it's now under military siege. Satellites and intel suggest hidden deep-state bunkers in Queen Maud Land contain ancient suppressed technologies, remnants of post-World War II scientific programs, and alleged genetic labs tied to hybrid experiments. The U.S. Space Force, in coordination with global allies, is leading the final purge of this hidden fortress. And let's not forget the media blackout. Executives from CNN, BBC, Fox, and Reuters have reportedly gone dark. Why? Military teams have seized massive data troves containing ritual abuse footage, pandemic strategy calls, and classified documents tied to global depopulation agendas. These are now under Trump's control, awaiting public disclosure through the emergency broadcast system. This is not just about arrests. This is about a reboot of humanity. Under GESARA, debt forgiveness and the end of tax slavery will roll out. The QFS will usher in sound sovereign money. Medbeds and other suppressed healing technologies will be released. And truths long buried, from secret space programs to underground civilizations, will finally be revealed. President Trump said, "We caught them all." That wasn't a metaphor. It was a declaration of victory. And the trap? It's digital. Through Starlink, every escape, transaction, and movement is being tracked in real time. For those who thought their bunkers were safe havens, they've become cages. The islands? Staging grounds for extraction. The game is over. Now let's turn to recent developments on U.S. soil. 13 July. A disturbing event in Van Nuys, California, where U.S. Border Patrol agents were targeted in a deep state-backed sabotage operation. Homemade spike traps were used in a coordinated attack, raising serious questions about elite complicity and ongoing domestic threats. 13 July. John Solomon confirms that major charges are coming in a long-running conspiracy case reaching back to 2016. The exposure of these events will rock the political world. 13 July. President Trump issued a statement addressing speculation around AG Pam Bondi, FBI Director Kash Patel, Deputy Director Dan Bongino, and the Jeffrey Epstein case. Sources hint at bombshell connections between Operation Warp Speed and billions stolen from Pentagon accounts. 13 July. Trial International breaks a global scandal wide open, citing widespread crimes against humanity tied to international actors. Another domino falls. 12 July. Documents link Epstein files with a $20 trillion theft and pandemic-era corruption. The vaccine narrative may soon face a full reckoning. And perhaps most chilling of all, an ongoing investigation points to a global trafficking network rooted in the Vatican, and extending as far as the Three Gorges Dam in China, all connected through dumbies or deep underground military bases, including a 1,500-mile tunnel stretching from the Vatican to Jerusalem. Tom Homan, former ICE director, recently confirmed that over 10,000 missing children have already been found, with an estimated 300,000 still unaccounted for. The exploitation of child labor in foreign-run operations inside the U.S. is no longer just a theory. It's a humanitarian crisis. We are witnessing history unfold. This is not just a political operation. This is spiritual warfare. Good versus evil. Light versus darkness. The reset is no longer coming. It has begun.